Well, y'all, welcome back to Apron Strings. We're on probably the last component of this meal that I'm fixing that y'all have been seeing one video at a time. We're fixing to have some good, jazzed up cornbread. And I'm going to bring y'all over to the butcher block, show you what I'm putting in it. I've already got some of the stuff in the bowl, but I'll tell you what's in there, and we'll get this in the oven. Now, I've got my iron skillet heating with bacon grease in it in the June oven while it heats up, because you want your skillet real hot when you put your cornbread in it. That gives that good crunchy bottom on it. Now, I could just cut that crunch off and just eat the crunch if they would agree with me, but the family don't like that idea. So y'all get on over here to the butcher block. Let's get some cornbread made to go with my turnip greens, turnip collard greens, and those Spam fried potatoes. And what else did I fix today? I've got some yams cooking that I didn't show y'all. But we're going to have a good meal here in a little bit. So we're going to have cornbread. So get on over here and we'll get it going. In my bowl, I've got 1.5 cups of cornmeal and about 3/4 of a cup of flour, a tablespoon of baking powders, a tablespoon of onion powder, 2 tablespoons, a tablespoon of garlic powder, 2 tablespoons of onion powder, and about a teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to go ahead and I've got to get my onion cut up and chopped to go in it. So I guess I'll just bring y'all along while I do this right quick. It won't take long. This could be called jalapeno cornbread, Mexican cornbread, whatever you want to call it. It's just a Tex-Mex version of old-fashioned Southern cornbread. And it sure is good with beans or soup or just about anything if you want to know the truth. I like cornbread, so of course I love it. Let me get rid of my shells, my papers here. Onion papers. And I know y'all can't see real good for all my goodies that I've got here, but all I'm going to do is just chop this onion in a rough chop. It's got a couple of little spots that I don't want in there that I'll cut off. Otherwise, I'm just going to get it cut up to where I can cut it a little bit smaller. Y'all, we ain't used to this cold weather. It's very cold outside. We've had wind gusts today like 40 miles an hour. And it's like 39, 38 degrees. Now that makes it feel colder than it is, and that's very cold for Texas. For the Gulf Coast of Texas, I should say. There's some areas of our state that has cold weather, but that's the good thing about good old Texas. You can just go and find any terrain, practically, and you can find a desert, you can find the cold weather, you can find all kinds of stuff. Texas has a little bit of all of it. And I'm a proud Texan. Glad to be born and raised in Texas. Alright, chopping onion, chopping onion, chopping onion. I don't want it in huge pieces, but it doesn't have to be minced. I just don't want to get a big old hunk of onion in my cornbread. So I usually chop it and then re-chop it. Let's see here. I'm about done. Okay, there's my onion. Now I gotta get me some jalapenos out. Chop them up. Let me get something to get them with. I don't want jalapeno juice. Bacon juice in my jalapenos. I'm going to put about a good 1/2 cup of these pickled jalapenos in there. You can put more or less. You can also seed a fresh jalapeno and use it. And I want to give them a little chop. Okay, I've got my onions and my jalapenos. And I need to get my cheese grated. Probably going to need about a cup of grated cheese. You know, my cups sometimes tend to be Texas-sized because I do like cheese. Let's see what that looks like. I think I need more than that. And I'm using Kobe Jack this time, y'all. Well, y'all great. Does it go with a slant? I have to go get the point off of the other side. I think that'll be enough. We'll see. Yep, that'll be enough. And I've just got a little bit of it everywhere. Okay, so what I'm going to do is give my dry ingredients a stir to mix them all up. I also put about a tablespoon of sugar in there, y'all. And I see a little piece of a bay leaf in there. I put a bay leaf in my flour and meal to keep the bugs out. And then I'm glad I saw that. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit of milk, and this is just to make it like pancake consistency. That may not be enough, and it may be, and I'll empty that gallon jar. That'll be good. Kroger had their half gallons on for, I think it was 77 cents. And I bought, it was $5 if you kept the coupon, because I've been making milk kefir, and it takes a lot of milk, and that says good for you. Okay, I want to show you about how thick you want it, because I didn't measure milk. You just want it, see how it just blops from the spoon? It's not runny, but it's not doughy. Okay, now I'm going to add 2 eggs. Oh, they're pretty and dark. Those little chickens are having a ball in my backyard because they were raised on a concrete floor. Poor little things. They didn't know what living was till they came to my house. Okay, I'm going to just stir those in. Now, if you don't have 2 eggs, you could use 1. Good grief, they're pretty. But 2 makes it better. More is better. Okay, I'm going to add 1 can, I better get where you can see, I guess, 1 can of cream style corn. This is just, I think, Walmart brand. You don't have anywhere to put your spatula or something and you've opened a can like that, just turn your can on its side. If it don't have something that'll pour out, stick your spatula in there and you keep your workspace clean. You want to work smarter, not harder. Don't make a bigger mess. Okay, I've got my batter done. So now I'm going to add in my onions and my peppers. And I'll get a little bit of the cheese with the peppers, but I want to get it stirred up before I put that in there. Okay, the last thing is going to be my cheese, and that's about 1.5 cups of cheese. Oh my goodness, this is good. Y'all know I like ketchup on everything. I like to cut me a piece of this while it's hot and butter it, and I like to dunk it in a little bit of ketchup and eat it. But it's better dumped in collard green liquor, the juice off of the greens. Okay, let me see if my skillet's hot, and we're ready to put that in the oven and cook it. Let's see about the skillet. I heat that skillet just a little bit more, and then I'll get the cornbread in it. I'll be back in just a minute, folks. Now, when I put that bacon grease in here, I rubbed it up the sides of the skillet also, because I wanted to be sure that my cornbread don't stick. I love these bowls from Tupperware. I think they're called That's a Bowl. I got this little holding hickey up here at the top that my thumb can go in. But it's hurting it, so I'm going to do something different. Okay. Get in there, cornbread. It's a little bit fuller than it should be, but it'll cook. And what I like to do is bring some of that bacon grease up and flip it up on the top of the cornbread and swirl it around. There you have it. Now this pan's hot. Let me see if I can bring it up close. There it is. Now if you can get it in the oven for about 30 minutes, probably 25 minutes, because it's thick. And then we'll bring it out, and I'm going to cut it while it's hot. I'll show y'all. Okay, y'all. The end of the video, I've been outside chasing chickens, so my hair's probably blown and I'm cold. But I wanted you to see the cornbread cut up and on the plate. I did cook it a little longer because it was so thick. I cooked it in the like a 10-inch skillet, and it could have cooked an 11 or 12-inch skillet and it would have done quicker, but it's fine. It's done all the way through, and we're fixing to sit down and have some supper. We're going to have the pork roast, the shoulder, and some collard greens, and the Spam fried potatoes, and this cornbread. And did I say collard greens? That's important because I'm fixing to sop some of this juice up, the juice up with this cornbread. Okay, I've got the cornbread cut and on my plate, and I wanted you to see the peppers and stuff that you can see in it. Oh my goodness, it's so yummy. Hope y'all will make you some of it. It's real good if you just put you some sour cream on the top and a spoon of salsa. And if you have some browned up hamburger meat, maybe left over from making a casserole, put a little of that on there and you got a whole meal. But I like it with just salsa and sour cream on it too. That and a salad, and oh my goodness, I'm happy. It don't take much to make me happy. I hope y'all are using some of the recipes and enjoying. Maybe it's something new for you, maybe it isn't. I'm just glad you're here in the kitchen with me. And I know every now and then I repeat a recipe that I made a long time ago, but like I said, I got some new people watching, and I want to be sure y'all know how to cook everything that's good that we cook in this kitchen. So y'all keep watching the videos, finding something that you haven't looked at before, or look at it again. Make the recipes, let me know what your family thinks about them, if you enjoy them. And I'm going to get the table set and get supper for me and Troy. And I'll be back here in a day or two with something else real good for y'all. The good Lord bless you, hold you in the palm of His hand and protect you, and make sure that you're back here to watch the next video.